What is going on, guys? Carter here with Edge Mindset. I've got a follow-up sales video. The last one I did was so freaking successful. I thank everybody here for buying my knives and supporting the channel. It really, really helps me out. I can't believe it. I sold everything except for this Nagain, which is on hold for a buddy. But I was able to sell everything between my YouTube channel and posting it in different forums and things like that. Actually, I wasn't expecting that with how down the knife market is right now. So very, very thankful for that. Now, I did have a lot of people reach out and say, hey, where's the American-made stuff? Where's the Striders? And so here we go. I'm going to be selling some Medford Striders, some odds and ends, and a Demko here. So first off, I will post down below where to skip to get right to the sales part of the video. Because up front, I'm going to do terms, conditions, all that stuff. Again, just to make sure everyone's clear. I also want to talk a little bit about what's going to be different with this sales video than my previous one in terms of pricing. So first off, USA only shipping. You can have a proxy. I don't care, but I'm not doing overseas shipping. So USA only. Payment methods I can accept is Zelle, PayPal, friends and family, Venmo if it's personal. The email to reach out to me to ask questions and to say I want to buy it is edged_mindset@yahoo.com. All this will be down below, but that's not the payment address. Well, actually it is the payment address for Venmo, but it's not for the other two. It's a separate email that I use for that, that I've just had forever. And yeah, so that'll all be down below, as well as the current status of the sale. So if you see this video and you're like, what's still available? In the description, we'll have all the knives, all the current pricing, and if it's available or not. Please, any just general questions about these knives, post in the comments down below. Don't do the email thing. And it's not that I won't answer it. It's just email can get kind of clogged up and kind of crazy when I have a bunch of people asking me questions and other people are saying I'll take it, and you know, it's just harder to keep it in order. So try to keep the email thing kind of more, yes, I want to buy it, as opposed to just general questions. Put those down below. I'll answer them there. And if you do say you want to buy it, please be ready to kind of send payment, or just let me know that, hey, it'll be an hour, it'll be 2 hours. Because if you just ghost me, it puts me in a weird position. I don't know how long to wait. Sometimes I have other people that want it, and I got to put them on hold and then reach back out, and it kind of makes it a whole mess kind of thing. So any other details I forgot will be down below. So pricing on these, right? So listen, certain knives I really am motivated to sell, particularly overseas made knives that I'm not currently collecting, things like that. I'm more motivated to sell. Other knives like these, I'm a little less motivated to sell. So just as a heads up, you're not going to see any 50% off insane deals here. Some are a little better deals than others. All of these, in my opinion, are decent deals. But some are going to be, for example, the Strider here. I'm really on the fence about selling this. So the price on this is definitely not a, it's not a blow your socks off pricing, right? Still, I think it's still good. It is still good. I'll talk about that more. Here, I'm going to go through all the different knives and talk about them, condition, all that stuff right now. Okay, let's start with the Medfords, going left to right. As a front note, I don't have any of the white boxes for these. I don't think they all came with white boxes, and then I think I lost this white box, but they do all come with either the hard case they came in, or in the case of the newer ones that come in the pouch. This will have the pouch. It'll have everything I got with it, certificate of authenticity, patches, whatever else happened to come with it, with the exception of these older ones here. They didn't have certificate of authenticities with these. They had just a business card. So I guess only this one comes with a COA, but not because it's missing, because these old school ones just didn't have, he didn't do COAs back then. So first up, we've got a Marauder Praetorian in amazing condition. D2 steel, like you're going to see on a lot of these old school Praetorians. Looks like the original factory edge, hard to verify for sure, but amazing, amazing condition. I see no scuffs or marks aside from kind of the stonewashing that these came with. Nice early lockup, no lock stick, good hydraulic action on this Marauder Praetorian tie. I don't think you can get these anymore. He's not currently making them, although how Greg Medford is with sunsetting designs. Who knows? It might show up again. This is a really old one with the popsicle stick style clip. I think this is a Gen 1 micro. It's got the snake bite pivot on there. So the price on this one is $325. And the next up, we've got a similar one, not quite as old, but still old, D2 as well, in one of the most beautiful Vulcan blades I've seen, with oranges and reds. Really, really nice. This one's drop point, by the way. This one is obviously Tanto. We've got old school blue anodized tumbled handles with flamed lock side. Very similar. It's got the screw on this side construction as opposed to going right into the titanium, and then it has the updated clip, but it doesn't have the lock bar stabilizer, still has the snake bite. Really nice, smooth buttery action on this, no lock stick. Very, very cool. This is just a cool old piece. $450 on this micro Praetorian T, I guess you would call it, right? So it's not the tie, it's not the full thick, it's the normal thick. Next up, we've got the controversial boy. This is a Marauder H in the Fallout treatment. Got a full video talking about everything with this knife if you want to check it out. But this was, I ordered this directly from the mothership. And so when I ordered it, I told them I didn't want the shelter arrow. So that is not on here. And I also told them I didn't want the radioactive symbol, which is mostly not on here. If you hit the light just right, you can kind of see it. So it kind of is there, but it's not as apparent as it is that you'd normally see. However, the blade finish on this thing was awful. The edge on this thing was awful from the factory. Once again, I have a full video talking about all the details, but rather than send it back in to get it fixed, I just kind of did it myself. So I refinished the blade to make it look better, way better. And then I sharpened it, partially because the edge sucked and partially because refinishing the blade meant I needed to clean up that edge. Very, very sharp, decent sharpening job. I mean, I'm not a professional sharpener, but I think it turned out okay. Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. No lock stick. There's the lockup. But aside from me refinishing the blade and sharpening it, this hasn't been carried or used or anything like that. So $475 on this, which is a crazy deal. This is like an $1,100 knife, brand new. But because of what I did with the blade, refinishing it, things like that, crazy discount on this. $475 for this Marauder H. Everything else is factory, right? The handle finish, all this is their Fallout kind of worn type finish that they do. So $475 on this bad boy. Does look like there's a little bit of a something on the clip here. I don't know what that's from. Like I said, I haven't carried this. May have came that way, or maybe I inadvertently bumped it on something and just didn't realize. So there is that, but that is the only thing that I can see on this knife. Last but not least, and probably the one that nobody's interested in, this is an older stealth Praetorian. I mean, it's not a T because it's not full tie, carbon fiber, but it's the thin profile of the T. So the full size and length, thin profile of the T. Older one with a popsicle stick style clip on here. Going right into the titanium. So this is one for the collectors, right, that like to collect the old Medfords. It also has the ball cut in the fuller right here, and both of these have ball cut fullers as well. Now they do the kind of flat cut like this is what you'll see on there. So $400 on this one. It does have marks on it, not for me. I bought this for $500 off of Arizona Custom Knives. So whoever had it before carried it, it's got dings and wear on it. Like I said, this is more of a Medford collector's type piece, not necessarily a my first Praetorian type thing, but I figured I'd throw it in here in case we have any Medford Praetorian collectors that like to collect old pieces. Kind of cool with the carbon fiber. He doesn't do that anymore. Kind of a neat piece of Praetorian history if that's kind of your thing. No lock stick, pretty decent action. Not as buttery smooth as some of the others. Probably needs to be just broken in a little bit more. Fuller cut on this as well. Or no, the fuller is ball cut on this as well instead of flat because it's old. Next up, we got this wild boy. This is the TAS Knives. TAS, K for knives, TAS Knives. Cyber Kuzza. He is a maker from, not Russia. I said Russia. He's not from Russia. Crap, I can't remember exactly where he's from. But he is not from the US. He is from European nation somewhere. Very interesting maker. He has this TAS lock right here, which basically it's kind of like a lockback. So you push it up, if I can get in camera here, and that releases the lock and then lets you close it. It's magna cut steel, nice and centered. Never carried, never used. Not that you would ever notice on a knife like this. This is a full handmade custom knife, right? This is not a production knife. I am asking $650 on this, which is $100 less than what I paid for it when I bought it, and what you would get it for pretty much anywhere else if this is kind of your jam. It is a monster, heavy, beefy, crazy tanto blade. Comes with the case that it came with. And whatever came from the maker. I forget if it had a COA. I'm pretty sure it did, but it has everything that it came with from the maker. Just a wild kind of piece to have in your collection. Now we've got the Day Glow Demko. That rhymes, right? Clip point blade right here. This is the S, so it's the slim version. Day Glow G10 scales, all factory. I did not buy this one brand new. From the maker, so I bought this pre-owned, but I don't see any sort of signs of wear. Looks to be the original edge. Everything looks nice and clean according to my eyes. I haven't carried it. I've fiddled around with it at home. I shot some videos with it, or I think a video with it, and that's about it. So $325 on the Demko. So this is the full size in terms of length, but it's the slim, so it's not the full thickness that's available. And the G10 handles makes it a nice, lightweight, kind of EDC carry knife. $325 on that. And then now let's get to the Strider here. $750 for the Strider, which is about $150 less than what I paid for this bad boy. However, when I bought it, it was the height of the double gunner grip, like fanaticism, which has now since died down. So this one's kind of unique because it has the Bowie style blade right here. It has the cherry colored G10 gunner grip here, and then it has the anodized lock side with the pocket clip. It currently has a peat gray red lock bar stabilizer on here. If you want, you can have this one, or I can swap it out for the original just black one, kind of up to you. Perfectly centered. It does have a little bit of stick when you don't have graphite on there, but I'm sure that will break in. I have not carried or used this. It's been sitting in my case and haven't even broken it in yet. So very cool piece. $750 on the Strider double gunner grip. All right, that's it. That's everything. Thank you so much for hanging out. I will talk to you guys later.